Now then everybody, it's Dan from homephysique.com with the third and final part of the DS Craze review. So quickly, in this video I'm going to be doing 2 scoops, and I just want to quickly mention before I get started that potential side effects to this product that I have found so far. Sunday night, when I had the 1.5 scoops during the day, I found that I was completely unable to sleep. I must have had about an hour's sleep the whole time. I felt quite anxious while I was in bed. I was having a lot of hypnic jerks. Now, hypnic jerks is when you're falling asleep and all of a sudden you go and your heart starts racing. Now, you've probably had that happen to you in your life. Well, let me just put it this way. I had between 40 and 50 of them in the entire night, and it actually got to the point where I was laughing because I found it funny, the fact that I couldn't get to sleep and I just kept jumping. It was driving me mad. It must have been driving me over half mad as well, so I ended up leaving the room at one point and sleeping in a double bed. But to be fair, I wasn't too impressed with that. I don't know if it is the craze that had caused that, or if it was the stress that I put on myself from the deadlifts during the day. Because obviously you can have if you have a good CNS burnout, it can cause problems when it comes to sleep. But chances are it could be this product. So I have to say I'm a little bit dubious to be trying these 2 scoops. But in the interest of this review and just totally proving the 3 different dosages and seeing what the effects are, I'm going to go through with it anyway. So if I lose sleep tonight, I'm not going to be very happy. It's around about 11:30 now, so it should be way long enough for it to sort of disperse out of my system in that sense, but who knows. So quickly, 2 scoops, and then today I'm going to be shooting for some new 1 rep max attempts, so I'm going to be going for PRs. So the 2 scoops and the increased focus should really help me there. So let's go. Right, so there you go. One thing I've noticed though, for people that are complaining about the taste, because that was 2 scoops and I was expecting it to taste awful, it was actually quite nice because I used double the amount of water. I used 16 ounces of water there. So if you complain about the taste, just use more water and it really does sort of improve it. It makes it less sharp and harsh sort of thing. I honestly don't think that's bad flavour at all. That's quite nice, that. I could happily sip that. One more thing before I go and get into the session. There's been talk of a lot of fake DS Craze going around, counterfeit products, no one knows what's in it, sort of thing like that. I bought mine from America, from vitacos.com. Now, looking at the threads on the bodybuilding forum and that, talking about how to determine legitimacy of your product, there is a serial or a timestamp on the side. Now, if it is actually stamped on and you can rub it off, like it's ink rather than printed on the label, then generally DS have sort of said that that's legitimate. But if you've got products where your timestamp is part of the label and you cannot rub it off, it's actually physically printed into the label, then chances are it's a fake, so just be wary of that. Okay, so here we go. Right, so I finished off my max out attempts, and I can happily say that I have now joined the 1,000 pound club at a body weight of 185 pounds. I know it's not great, but hey, whatever. I'm happy with it. So in respect to craze, this is what we are. This is what we're all here for. Right. So what we're all here for. What do I think of this? If I'm honest, even at 2 scoops. Bearing in mind that I took it half an hour before I started doing anything, I came in, took the scoops, waited for a bit, warmed up and got on with it. I can honestly say I honestly didn't feel anything from it. Now, like I said at the start, there's a lot of counterfeit going around. I'm pretty damn certain that this isn't one. You say the expiry date rubs off when you go for it and all that, so to be honest, I'm not impressed with this at all. In respect to energy, I felt nothing any different to say any other pre-workouts. In fact, I probably feel in a better mood when I use say Celico C4 or something like that. Something that's not as touted as extreme as this or highly stim based. I feel much better with those type of pre-workouts. The intense focus that everybody speaks about, and I just didn't feel it. I didn't feel like I was in the zone or anything like that. Or I suppose in a way, when I was doing my bench press, I felt a little bit, a bit more sure of myself. Like I knew I was going to hit the weight I wanted to get. A bit more confidence in that sense, but really, I'm clutching at straws as to whether or not it's down to this. Now, in respect to, say, scoring and that, like I say, energy is not that amazing, so for me, the average score I give things is just a 5. If it has no, say, positive effect on me or negative effect, it just gets a 5. So it's going to get a 5 from me. Focus, again, nothing out of the ordinary, nothing better, nothing worse. I just feel like it just doesn't do anything for me personally. Even at 2 scoops, 1.5, 1 scoops, it does nothing for me. Again, so I'd give it a 5. But the thing is, I'm not really actually going to score it because, to be fair, the negative sides of this, which I think, what I mentioned earlier about the sleeping, I honestly think that is to do with this. Don't know for sure, but I can pretty much guarantee that it probably is. So tonight, if I have problems sleeping, then it's going to be down to this. On that basis, the negative side of things, if you're losing sleep over something because you're taking a pre-workout that's meant to help you in the gym, the best thing that will help you in the gym in the long run is a good night's sleep. 8 hours. If you can get 8 hours in, then you're perfect. If you're taking a product which gives you a bit of focus in the gym, but then you can't get to sleep all night, you're going to lose any potential gains or any potential growth or anything. You're going to miss out because you're not getting enough rest. Your next session's not going to be good. So it's not worth taking if it's going to have a detrimental effect on you like that. So I'm not going to score it, but I'm going to honestly just say that for me personally, I'm not going to use this anymore because I don't think it's worth using. It doesn't do anything in my opinion for me. So I'm probably going to end up giving this away or feeding it to the toilet. So for me personally, not a fan of DS Craze. Put it this way, for all it got hyped up to be, I'm very disappointed, but there you go. So there you go, 2 scoops, not impressed, not happy. So that's it really. Please like, share it with your friends, add it to your favourites, subscribe if you aren't already, and check out my entering the £1,000 club video. Should be good for a laugh. Cheers now.